Hey guys, and welcome to my reaction to the finale of The End of the Fucking World. The last episode, I'm not really sure what to expect with this episode, even honestly at all. I mean, I hope it wraps up everything well. I don't necessarily think it's going to have any sort of happy ending. I think it'll be a bit, honestly, I'm expecting kind of a somber, more sad vibe, maybe a little bit in this final episode. Maybe I'm wrong, I'm not sure. But I am very interested, especially after the events of the last episode. I'm very interested to just sort of see where they're gonna go with all of this. So, okay, let's get into it. Very interesting first shot of the finale. Okay. Oh, fuck.
I can't do this anymore.
So if that all looks okay to you, just sign
What
the
does
ball.
that mean?
What's going to happen to Bonnie?
I don't know.
Oh.
I
Oh.
don't think she's very well.
What can you do?
A bit more?
James.
Yeah.
Where's Alyssa?
Gone somewhere.
What?
We'll see her at home. Where are you going?
Thanks to Clara.
James!
After Bonnie, after everything the night before, it felt odd that Alyssa had just gone.
In my hand,
No.
oceans, rivers, and hills.
If she's gone off to like kill herself, I'm not ready for that.
Each tripping parachute, always lying.
Oh wow, this might be awkward.
I really want to punch you.
Okay.
You can, if you like.
What's the point?
But I'm sorry to bother you, but is Alyssa here?
No.
She's fine. At least I hope she was. Okay, thanks.
I don't even know.
Dread can start as a small thing. It's so quiet you can pretend not to hear it,
Oh.
but it gets loud.
People are supposed to get punished. You think we weren't?
No.
I suddenly knew where Alyssa might be.
It's easy to feel like you're not in control of your life. That's because you're not.
You should smile more.
What?
Well, it might never happen.
It has happened actually, so fuck off.
Wow.
I used to feel like I knew myself.
Wow. Oh, it's probably the last time she was ever like really truly like happy and carefree, I guess. I don't know. She was happy after, but like, oh god.
Every time I shed tears, and the last past years, when I pass through the hills,
It's like a haunted house.
follow the roots of the woods.
You can get stuck in a place and not even realise it. If you're not careful, you can get stuck there forever. Like Bonnie.
Wait. Wait. Oh my god.
Alyssa?
James?
Why are you wet?
Went for a swim. I feel better now.
The note. You left a note.
Yeah, saying I'll be back later.
Thought you were going to do something bad.
I wasn't gonna do that, James. I wasn't. Sorry I scared you.
Okay.
Get out of here, please.
This is where they met, your parents.
Yeah. Used to be a park. He was sitting on a bench.
She was walking her nun's whippet.
Oh.
And I was eating a sandwich. It was it's like something out of a film.
That's nice. You don't have to do it, James.
I think I do.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't know when, but my dad had got a bit wet.
Oh, he's like a paste. It's still him.
Oh, that's really sweet. Oh no. Oh.
I'm sorry.
What for?
For trying to make you the answer.
Oh.
It's not fair.
I'm really hungry.
Me too.
I read somewhere that if you want to talk to someone about something important, it's easier if you don't look at them. I heard what you said. At the car pound.
What? I knew exactly what. Have you?
I feel the same.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
But I need a lot of time
Okay.
and some psychological help.
Okay.
Oh, and she grabbed the hand that she didn't want to grab before.
I love you too.
Yeah, don't go on about it.
Kiss me each morning.
Oh, that was really beautiful. That was a happier ending than I expected. Like 100%. 100%. It is kind of sad. And what I will say is I definitely think that it is sad that we didn't really see Bonnie, or, you know, obviously the journey was about James and Alyssa, and, you know, I don't necessarily think that, you know, Bonnie should have been like the main focus of the finale, but I do feel very bad for her. And it's just really sad, everything that happened with her as well. But I do kind of infer that James will possibly, and Alyssa, will possibly try their best to reach out and try to help, given what James was saying when he was getting his statement taken. I did like this finale a lot. I felt like I was kind of steadily crying through the majority of it. Because it's emotional, but like, I think, you know, felt, you know, what James was, I guess, feeling in the sense of just being really worried that Alyssa was going to do something. And wholeheartedly, this show could have ended with a tragedy. I don't think that that's completely out of the realm of possibilities, given, you know, everything we've seen so far. So I was very worried as well. And to see James kind of just be so upset and because of that was really emotional. I love that Alyssa kind of admitted that she needs psychological help. Sorry. Just trying to take it all in. But I am very, very glad that she kind of admitted the fact that there's a lot that they're both going to have to go through, I think, to kind of cope with everything that they've gone through. But at the end of the day, it really was a beautiful and sweet ending that they both kind of, you know, admitted that they loved each other, and however it's going to happen, they're going to try and make it work. What I think is so beautiful about James and Alyssa is that they love each other for their flaws as much as their, you know, as the good things as well. So I really don't have any concerns or worries that they're not really going to work it out. I feel like they will, and they will try their best to be there for each other, support each other, even if there's some bumps in the road. I do feel like it will be good for them in the long run, and at least they do have each other. Yeah, I guess the tragic thing is that Bonnie doesn't have that support system, and, you know, may never. You know, Alyssa brought up that, you know, she didn't want to get stuck like that, like Bonnie, and I think that's really tragic. Going back to that house, I would think that might be slightly therapeutic, but also could have had even worse effects. So I am glad that James did show up. It is kind of a hard thing to go back to the place that this obviously very horrible event happened to you. But I can assume that sometimes that is what you might need. But I definitely am really kind of I'm just really so glad that I think she's going to get whatever help she might need, and I would assume James might, you know, do the same. I will say that there is probably, I want to say that James did have a little bit more of an emotional and mental healing process with his dad, even though maybe his dad wasn't perfect or the best suited or whatever, as maybe a licensed therapist would be, or whatever. But I do think that after everything that happened, and then the note that kind of broke them apart, I would like to think that you know, James's father did try to provide a more healing environment, you know, no offense, than maybe Alyssa's mother did. That's just my assumption. So I do think that hopefully, you know, he can be a little bit of, she can kind of lean on him as well. After that process, I really do think that they can be they're very good for each other. to hopefully heal through whatever this trauma is. And what is, and maybe hopefully getting some professional help to really seek to the root of it and figure out how to move forward if that is something that is like possible to do, I guess. But I loved this. It felt like a little bit like an epilogue, or something like that, where we kind of find out where everybody, where at least these two characters that we've been following for so long kind of have gone and everything. I did love that they spread the ashes. It was kind of funny that he turned into a bit of a paste. I did, enjoy that James got to do that, and was a nice little homage to his father, who I still believe, I can say with certainty, is still my favorite character. Loved him. But he was great. And I'm very, very glad that it did kind of end on a happier note than I was genuinely anticipating. I thought maybe they would have decided to go their separate ways but be okay with it. I thought it could have been kind of bittersweet in the sense of, as it was brought up, Alyssa is not the answer to James's grief, to his trauma. That's a lot of burden to put on one person. That's a lot, especially when that one person is going through a lot themselves. And, he didn't knowingly, he wasn't trying to put any sort of burden on her at all. There is a little bit of, they're both going through so much. And as much as I do think that they will help each other and can lean on each other at times and stuff, I think they do need help professionally or something like that is not completely dependent on one another, because it could get to be too much when that happens. Does that make sense? I hope that I'm kind of explaining that well, how I feel about that. So I do hope that they can work through this. And I think at the end it had a very hopeful ending, and I'm very happy that it had a very hopeful ending. Okay, I think that is about it for my thoughts on the end of the fucking world. Amazing. I absolutely loved it. So I hope that you guys have really enjoyed this reaction, and I genuinely thank you guys so much for going on this journey with me. This was definitely a show that I had no idea how it would do on my channel or how I would react to it, because it really was quite different than anything I've ever reacted to before. But I adored it, I loved it, and I'm very, very glad that I reacted to it. Little update, want to do a little update for my channel. So if you don't care or anything like that, or you're just binging these reactions or something like that, and just, you can shut off the video here or whatever. I know whenever I end a show, I get a whole lot of being like, you should do this next, you should do this next, you should do this next. Just so you guys know, the kind of for at least a handful of weeks, I'm not going to be adding any new shows to my schedule. I know some people don't understand it, or I will say this, I do get a lot of sometimes complaints and things like that when I don't immediately fill in a slot with a new show. Sometimes that can be kind of tough to handle on my end, because I obviously always want to give you guys great videos and great content and everything like that, but I also have to be very, very aware of what my limitations are when it comes to stuff like that. So basically, kind of the update is there won't be any new shows until, maybe I think the beginning of September. The Boys is going to come back. The reason that there won't be any new shows is that the last 3 months of this year are going to be brutal for me. Because of COVID and everything that's been happening with that. Everything that was supposed to premiere this summer that I had scheduled for my channel for around this summer is getting moved to the fall, in addition to everything that was already going to premiere in the fall. There are a handful of shows that are rumored to premiere in the fall, and they're not completely confirmed yet. But even without those, which those might be added on as, shows that I'm coming back to and continuing, and they're just on their off seasons right now, or, whatever you want to call it. Even without those shows, which they very well might be part of it too, I am going to be swamped. That kind of October to December time frame, as far as I can tell in this moment, I am going to be working ridiculously and filming and editing, and I might just lose my mind. I'm not entirely sure. There is a very, very real possibility that I'm going to have some weeks where, it's going to be over 7 videos a week. So with that being said, I know that, it may seem like my schedule isn't that full right now, but I am using this time right now to kind of try to get ahead of the game on all of the shows that I can get ahead of the game with. Kind of Fleabag, Classic Who, Supernatural, the stuff that has already aired, and I can hopefully kind of get through a bunch of that, edit that, get them ready to go, so that when all of the shows come back during those months, I don't feel so overwhelmed and have an actual breakdown, because I probably would otherwise. Just wanted to let you guys know that, because I do understand that a lot of times throughout the year, or the majority of the year, I tend to have a fairly full schedule. I do probably, I like to have about, 5 or 6 shows going on at a time, unless for some reason I need to take a break or whatever. This year is a little different, and I have to kind of do what's best for me and best for my schedule and all of that, so I don't get completely overwhelmed. I film, I edit, I don't have other people that edit, so I just want you guys to know that it is a lot of work, and I do need to kind of prep myself for what I believe is going to be a very busy time. Maybe I'll get news and they say everything's canceled, I don't know, but at this moment in time, I cannot take on another show. I think it would drive me insane later on. And I'm a planner. I plan ahead. I'm not like impulsive and gonna be like, yeah, let's do another show, and then I'm fucked in a couple of months. I kind of know that I'm gonna be fucked in a couple of months anyway, so that's kind of the reason for that. And I do understand that means that I might get quite a few comments complaining about that. And that's just how it has to be, because I know my limitations and I know how much work goes into these videos, and I just need to prepare myself for a busier time later this year. So for the majority of this month, it's gonna be probably 4 videos a week. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys. Sometimes it gets really frustrating when you put out 4 videos a week. And I understand that for me, maybe that's not a lot, but 4 videos a week, I feel like is a lot of content to give people, and they still are like, you're not doing enough. How dare you? It can be kind of hurtful sometimes, I guess, because I put so much work into. Anyway. Anyway. So just wanted to let you guys know that. I know that this isn't like an update for the whole channel, and I'll still get those comments, but I did want to let you guys know, because I do know that I get a lot of suggestions whenever I end a show or anything like that. It's gonna be actually it won't even be 4 videos. It'll be 3 for a couple of weeks before the boys comes back. Wow, that's really light for me. I'm definitely gonna get comments about that. Oh my god. Oh boy. Anyway, I hope that you guys understand what I'm trying to say. I know that was really a long ramble, but I felt the need to say that. Because yeah, I do always get a lot of suggestions. I do have a short list of shows that I do want to tackle, and I think I will be able to tackle at some point soon, seeing as, you know, a lot of the shows that I do continuously do are going to be, or haven't really been filming, or, you know, on a break and stuff like that. I feel like I'm going to have a fairly open schedule once this kind of round at the end of the year, kind of everything airs. So I hope you look forward to that. I'm sorry that this is going to be kind of a light month generally for my channel, and yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you all so much for going on this journey with me. I really, really appreciate it. This show was so emotional and so amazing, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this reaction. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.